Ebusafo ma munyina akwa ba de moba Pampaso dwumadie so enne yeda benada nyame ada roma wasade ye ne nkwa kyeyen enne ye obosome ye bo ne de toso aduonu mienu emfisha mpenu ene achi edunu mu ne ewe efisa bre ko sise bebo no ndu ne mo bedi ehia wa fidie na ensem wa edi akotene wo man yimu ye de bi abremu na obaga na hasisi ade a asem wa dapono so a obi eka bie ene nya asem ketewa wo ene se wonnim bebi akoto wa na wa hwehwe court akira kwan sanse atemuafo ena yenia yenua nsɛmtwene ane de ni amnas arimi yaw anas okoye nhwemu fa wo ho na sinini si ebeyi si enyi si ebeyi si enyi enne ekoto adwa se si eyi sɛme no kasa yi yetwa efa edi kan negu omo mtoso mienu no omo te hɔ a wo no mo hwɛ we de sini ewieye ena yebehu ne chale sɛn ena bɛkɔ agyagefo no gye ademdie sika no ana sɛne ɔka no sɛ de ebi mu kasa eye boa payo no eye ade a ɔboa we ene ensem bebre ne ade bebe na akufuado aba pro ewo maya mantema hodo bi a one NPP amayekuo no ma no kasa sede ebe ya amfihia mpenu ne achi dunsia ba ebeto no wono betumi aye nkunimdifo ewie no a na ye nwie let my vote count for inso ma wo home ne so ede ba asem na esi electoral commission for ebre on to wo se wo asem bi ka fa edintwen krata fa bra no ene dadue ena etwemu ede ena ebe akiri yenum ne nsem bebre ene ebo ano me de admidi de ochame kwajo amwako dakwa mama kwa ba ye dan ho ba na afa ya besi nkonwa e di nduma nene yada wase sa wo twen ye me yekoba ye safe na won so hwe ye ne a na ne Pampaso ena wasugu su ena wani so eda so a wo hwe wo Adom TV so ye wado ye aha ensem no obenya no ba be bie ni ho a obenya no bio ne me di kaka ye no ye anas arimi yawo anas ne senior ye yi ni ne sa ne be ka no sesisi esi ni sanse okoye nhwemu wie ye no nsem bebira ba ho ye nyimi enhwe bi ekoda na manso mranimfo de batutum ene de abroyi pumakwem de kan no ye wie me no kasei wo International Conference Center de toso mienu no manfo hwe na ye ko ho ekohwe amanfo mbo dompem ekopie mu ho ekohwe bie ye beko ne akofa na esi ho ne kakra na afi ye ba ya ba betena se ye nua bema kama Dean a wo ye National Nasara Coordinator ma NPP amayuku no menchen ya ba bedi hu nkomo nti ye nkone ye kohwe ne ye ko so bi ene ewo International Conference Center Nas arimi yaw anas hwehwemo ye fa agagefo ho no ene ena ne sini no ebra ma kwan se ebetumi yi ma obi biara opese okohwe bie no wono nso akwakohwe bi ebra beto dwa sesini opese oyi kire amansan nyina no mranim ni baako a ne ho kodi mu bia ne din Justice Paul Altaderi editu dwa se enya ade a obetena ase ahwe masa asinu yeyi ne santi ode asem no koda na asani bia ene court atena asem no so abua se anas ene na bedwafo wo ho kwan se wono mu yisini no nti ene wo Accra International Conference Center no eya ade asini no eba so International Conference Center at Azerbaijan Airport. The near my faho, the ashes, Bibisha one, as a Bibisha one, and Sana Wakako Rim, now Wakako Hesinibi. Neomudi, a moon 70 be Yabaka was American Kamadin, our National Nasara Coordinator, Akwaba, NPP Yukumu, and Okama, Sanazua,
Kojo, the design.
Boko, now what to say?
Yagoso, Yamias say, ye won't come, and I saw a war.
Muna de carry. Okay, the difference here anas die na ansana no yenhwe bibi kakra se wo amayekuni patriotic party mu die yendane ye ho nkotwe ansana ya saba aprobo na ekro no etesen
we de mamenchia etifo na mesanche omo hwe nyina ne wiase afanya nyina nam se mostly mo internet so sanete say aprobona nana adodan kakufado ene ne other team omo shase free fragmentum Volta region go pie mantem koko northern part of Ghana, you know. Yes. I'm say a koye papa. As say nipa de say a bano amanyo sema titu omo mo hiana na executives of the party no. Okay. Efa omo because omo no me juma no amao. Or it's not what we get flag bearer no and yet him bia no betimi aka say me wa ha ana me wa ha untimi wo be bia at the same time. So important say with me call out as sensitizing call for no mo executives no mo who say ampa mo yi me mo to aba mo me say me as a flag bearer me so minister di hu no say any say yetimi nya power ema Ghana because if MPP comes to power, of course now the government in manual not or manage as it were no the whole entire country. Right. Now before a bit manya say you know just a more executives no with minya mo support a year a man mo yejumade on the ground. So I believe say rise and build toya nana and don't go for you know I'm say a co ye papa emma party for ni na. Right.
Now ebi mo some more can say de na ye nyina ra wo hwese obetimi aka mo abom no party no wan kasam I come here mo money in just money in nkabo mo na wo prabigu na mo ebi mo so kabigum e wo party
em say untimi nya na 100% mbia yakọ abakosem kra na 1998 yakọ sunyan ko ye congress. Yes. Ewie congress no sunyan rush walk towards 2000 election no na problems ewo oh see na enye ye party ni nko a NDC kra ye NDC no almost more of some same problems other parties CPP ndum kra free CPP ana meboa eko forming the party NC NDC mo no omo chairman every NDC eko form DFP actually no sanka say masamba bio in some of these things it happens kwanza a human institution there you don't expect say sa normal way no ba me gidie say eye dan a Yakopon tumi ntenye tumi sa nkabom na ye hwe no ebeba ma asudwe beba ma yetima ko ekonde ekon a very strong to be able to attain the power that we need in 2016 na me Adom
enti wo gidi se ento anko se na nanko apro no nyina wi obeka se sa dwumedia me di si mani so a maya ba wieye na party no sacha ye bia be mo ana
me se enso hie e boile se senya ebejo ana me wa ebejo nti ye denya this party is going to be on a sound footing. It's already on a sound footing. Say you be call enim pa ko ekonde e be ma pa we nti me gidi pa say at least it will cool down
bibia be e MPP mu papa well Kamadin national coordinator Nasara ena menene teten komo ena nyumrei na ne ba be koso sisia no ye de omanyimu abeye sebi twape eti obia no a obia awibie yesi se ye chi amanyoni dia ye kanesa na emu nimra na ye de fa ho a na odada ne kakra ebeto odwa wonhwemu a ye nua be ma no ye no ebi mu kase mema yenyi ebi mu si yenyi kopie ko ta no pei omotena asem ne so omo se da bi untumi nkase mema yenyi na obi obehwe bi no ono nso nhwe bi obra medeko no so onhwemu kama okobi
mekobi pa me free ho
wonya bi ahwe
me free ho na me ba mo studio hanoma omenya bi hwe me ticket crime say last week honom baby
enti ebra wote say ma yenyi no na
ticket abakra da na
enti wote say ma yenyi na what ticket
indeed no me say ye ma yenyi no ana yanka say omo ma yenyi o mo ma yen set record me right em say obia wo omanmu ewo ono ankasa ne writer emra no e di ama no sebi wa woti hei ene me ameti hei ebetimi sa sembe hawa obetimi akokot na yenya papa bi yem papa dairy officer ni din eka expose no ho na akokot akoka se debi ono mpene ma omo yi esense asem no still ewo under investigation so titu enye se institution bi ana nipa dom bi ena mo ba out abeka se ye ma omo yi nipa baako ene ko service application that's one
they are two
na ene e copy court so no an kasa papa no esan akwa ka say wa withdraw e fa the lawyer ho no ka say ma withdraw asem no yen konkoyi ana meboa na e ma kwan se yen konkoyi na enyina so kopie ho no ne meku hu ye die nyame nimni your justice system in this country no we need to look at it
kama umude
me hu nema pi first of all ye wo enkofo mo amaimu a omo say omo na mo ye contractors between omo case or court any omo ye judges any omo ye workers e wo court hono sa nkofo no ya ntimi am chief justice am fa to no mo ye enyi sa nkofo no wo young justice system mo though they are not officially known no, but they pull shocks a lot. Me who I say there is a Gabriel said very, 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 as it were, you know, influential person or no judge a person of ruling you bit more of course. The Juma Oyan. The Juma Oyan. Who say oh case and then say upfront or that what the middleman between you and the judge now that then work out for these corrupt practices to
no the ocean will move in.
That's one. Two, me who say video na anas mo anani tiger AI o moye no. En sheda enye kuro bako. Say ya fara kran ko a. Debi eye Ghana nyina because me who say okobolga omoko bongo. Bongo is one of the deprived districts in this country. Yes. Ewo Upper East region. Yes. E ho kra na otumi say aduane kra be nya di na eye de. Just hard. Justice there is sold. Or expose no mobi bolgatanga or expose ye e ba ya ko ba tamale e de ba tepa takwa rather e ko edwaben a whole lot of places are motima ko throughout the country expose ye but I think say the mehunu so no say ampa said her ladyship the chief justice any yempanyim for wo man mu de omoti tribunal and say omotimi ye dwumaden a me gidi say it will never be the same again in our justice system because it me yi those people now correct put measures in place I be boy now nim ade ba ko a me san hu wo video no mu a aha me yi because it will go international me gidi say ye yi kra no me who say foreign media na mo gina ho absolutely yes otimi who say a judge ni pa fie oh the condition now on living under no is appalling enye kra
let us say they will
high court judge otimi konifie who say be o te in those regions no otimi say they are not well welfare no is nothing to write home about.
Listen, near all can you say and no crab between me a compelling
absolutely.
I name somewhere.
Lipano, mano, a sitting pa, mano, everything, papa, who's the developed countries, but me from compare. What we call America, ne UK, ne other places, a police form and bribe. Police, you know, you train ye.
Nakadebia ho.
Absolutely. Ni didie mu ni bibia no welfare de mo fo ni agro. Ma ha no akoma obi very very porous I'm not justifying say enam scienti also ko je bribe.
Because me so mo akatu asem no yade de bibia ye kama.
No, but
omodwuma mo ye ntie how mo sa wo ho.
Ojo. Why video no? We share video they say we hu komo conditions we live under. It's not proper. But I think
I can't be on what it is.
Of course, it's nothing to write home about. But I think say rule of law no that's not what it means because you swore an oath to uphold the fundamental principle of law. And the BIA can't say a lawyer for Neka. You say a judge must be partial to the law and impartial to the parties. And I say, there's no way I'll be to me. I can say, law no daha. Now they are tonche. What we judging? Now, what support it? Nipana or go against the law. So you must be partial to the law rather, and be impartial to your friend saying the parties. So clearly, no, a principle no. I established say I was say oye day oye fair,
balanced,
and very, very, very fair.
Yeah.
And of course, only arm and tool a law now and Mrana Edia show Simon. And I yes, sir. And I say, Kobani say, oh, the Mrana twin chain. Then all you do is to go out there and be grabbing. Now there is a hammer. Oh, have video now. Baby Krasika, I demand judges. And yes, Kabia. What me will be there from where I sit and I was watching the video. No, what me the second cry need 2 million. I mean, no, I didn't ration good.
Maybe who mean to me more near or down near the end of the day. Maybe so the other ocean now
I'm being clear. Now, Obi, now, no, I could treat or join and a ponche or the cojaji.
Oh, that's not the idea. Or the channel or the channel. See, let's
no inducement. No matter what happened, no. So with the pin, grab banners and the panel, et me pin, pin ya hill. What say I said, na pin na say be a desire to have a pin. Let's say with the pin in man. Let's all pin no. Now, in fact, by virtue of that fact, you know, with Timako twisted the law, I mean the arm of the law to give you justice or injustice. I'll call it injustice. To give you injustice now, then at the end of the day, there's a problem.
Oh, Baba, until you say, San Coconomuni, Nomini Adia, Yadima or Muninano, and more Buatentiana. Well, it's a Babasi Mabana MPP4 Dijuma. Na Wakasawas ye. Na me Baba yes story. Oh, Baba, Kama Dini. Oh, Casada Noati, Kama. Oh, you who Bubeni Adios out, Chame Okan ye pa, oh, and ye, Sasala Bayawadi. My name Kama man for any Munja Ponchebaqua. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. You're different from say we know. I say a punching or the ban. We have video now. I'm say Omako who judge dada. Now the next time no or the punching just say it has a meaning. There's a reason why. Now we they always explain me. I say me know what you maybe Nyame Adom Thursday was Allah. So Thursday is Allah. Or say come out dinner minimum. And you be now we have free me check. We have free me check. Me why not say come out di. Mate se mo beku nantwie for the sala mato nantwie be ache okofa eno kra no I would have to make sure say bibia ni ho a opese me yema wo say bibi wo ha opese me yema wo at that point you know eni se meje because by virtue of that fact you know I may be corrupted ojase by your actions or by the gifter or the mame no so largely no o hwe video na utimu say upholding the fundamental principle of law no a problem ye. Oh my. Any young workers ya form more omo yedwuma with judicial service no. Any judges no fon kwan o. Otimi say bailiffs, clerks are omo courts honom no. Omo na didi anim. I'll tell you most of them are people are otimi kwa ni omo kasa. Some instances called magistrate courts no. Unze Ghana your magistrate court. Was circuit, yes. And Sana Yaba High Court, and Sana Yaba a Court of Appeal, and Sana Yaba Supreme Court. Magistrate courts no do na honor cases ever because more district. Yes. Oh, now what we say at the district level, no, the registrar, the bailiffs, and some court clerks, no, yes, I mean they facilitate some of these corrupt practices. Very good. Video no cry exposing confusion. Almost a friend of bail contractors.
Bail contractors. Our court war. Bail. And you say we need bail.
Abra emrano crasi bail is free. Emrano bail is not supposed to be paid for. Next way our bail contractors war. You see, I think say largely no Ghana yenya education. Civic education can be sabe home. Say National Commission for Civic Education. Omo juma any day.
Omo nikas.
They are not resource.
Omo nikas.
Omo educating kofo. Enti my main cutting the shots are near a Juma Tiger Eye. Any Anas Omo Yendia. As so any papa. Excellent. Nka expose ama outer. And my oman because we have come a long way. Independence over 58 years ayenyaye. Oko for Malaysia. Yene Malaysia de independent the same year. And never be Malaysia war. Singapore. Yene Singapore as at 1960 thereabout no. Any omo pe. And Singapore omo per capita income and number $5,000 to $6,000. Maybe be enough. Nini na so efa proye any catastrophe in a walk baby away. Now may I will appeal to the young ones in politics, like my type. Yeah, young papa no mutam chum. John Dramani Mahama mudo mutam chum. Maza, young ones, no, we should study and learn and ensure say principle will be our values.
We are sure say nonna the young ones are more buy into politics because be brain him say could politics more. Si cano there one time and 10 and to be brave. I imagine say so when you could rim na o party about to me mudia why ye and to say oh can you foot you and you want to be brave about 90% of my
I agree with you. I agree. Make say cry no. Eh be a cry na me so me motive ni say me ko pesca.
Because it's politics.
But you see it has not stopped us from telling the people say ye more than and psyche ho efa de ye any de enye ho. I think say it shouldn't be only an us. We need a lot of undercover journalists in all developing countries. Enye Ghana nko developing countries. Unim ya ma undercover job no anye more to expose people ebe haye. Ene ajaje for de na abo. Ebi akwanya ajaje for no kwande na ebeka. Parliament houses might have problems. Media organizations in this country might have problems. A police department might have problems. Public services, okay? Any civil servants or more kruma, they might have problems. You can't a teacher for schools. Eko who send a teacher ni expecting. I remember there was some time report by say school be. There was excuse me my language, sex in exchange for marks.
Yes. Oh, when they started that one.
Absolutely.
Or court tertiary institutions now it's still there.
Very well. These are things that I will say let me fight it against.
And that's so cry.
Oh, so say to me, I'm we nib it in the bad, then we will still be where we are. They are all acts of corruption. And then come market. Say okoto adie. We say, hey, okoto friend is saying granite paste. Okay? Now obi enam say oh you corrupt minded inti wakofa ga or the flour akofrem atwam obi say ofan kofi enkodi abra enye anameboa ukoto gari ukoto de you see there are so many ways and these are all informal sectors and so it happens.
Yes.
Ubehu obi a man is say koye enkonya or carpenter ni ema obi no akofa enuebo ne bi akoye Ninyina all corrupt practices because you are not developing the country. Oh, so I think say it is all facet approach some of these things. It's not just about the judges. Because the me who are hame obi bia onye comfortable.
And say obi so ahwa ono so nyin ni say Adom die sika.
Oh, how?
So obi adwene nko.
Well, but ebe mo say obi be hu a enye enha no. Because frankly speaking, no, or my judicial system break it down. They say nothing is going to work again.
Now, yeah, sure. Sisi ana man for us for money edin komo no. Some more can say. Near course Ghana here, ma ebi mu do mu jotri kra ba o memu ano. Omo bohu. Sanse wonim sese me de me sika ba be invest wo Ghana. Na se obi a wote o man mu ni me twema nso a. Bebi a metimi akwa kogina. Yebeka masem wa mamia ane se me beka aseni bia na judge aba betena ho na abeka asem na judge yi na ne ho asem aba beto bia se ne yesi kani enye Ghana na sisi a yetwe na ba fom e wo bebi aka
we still have hope say ne ejuma ama anas mo akwa yi an kire se obi a wo justice system no mu anya corrupt o hwe video na bebi wo hono ma judge for ka se de be menye
Oh no, the list be crab
very well. And a video no crowd out to say some of the justices refuse
to take
bribe. They will allow the rule of law to triumph and to work. And and the no investor confidence can also be boosted. Because it is not all of them. We have the unscrupulous ones who are there anyway, by what we saw in the video. Na enyo munyina ena we are embarking on what corrupt practices or injustice meted out to the people.
Now, so based on that, senior politicians like Mame Lucianin of CPP,
yes,
or Kase trials be a buy within the time and a investigation. No, yes and some free cases ni because e bi ana sa ademudie no mo ka ho asem nti obi edemu a na nasem ni no na sofo so do mo dia beto so se me ka sei
enti na ewo appellate process in the judicial system wa office a judgment bi ana ya bo tan bi a enche da nye ema ono say quickly no you look for lawyers and go on. Now unfortunate thing also is that many of these people no sikasem ebede obede as a sponsor an appeal and so be ha drama any other things and excesses in there I see we the year ko enim no na ebetima ye a preventing and I was say yes and now who's akojo but for now to go back again and revisit what happened yesterday and no kra no we amram kra na ani ho emran kra we don't have it. Say retrospectively you are going to punish people or you are going to rekindle other things. You might go on appeal going forward, but you don't go back again. Young guy who say a judge ni no, enjoy some amount of immunity in the justice system. Young who say now at the time all man the judgment you know, na me know until say expose about ye nim say papa na say papa. Okay. So how do we then go back to say by the fact say omo yi asem na ne aba say enye no. Yes, now we are reversing the trend of this nation. Now, what I think we can do, and it's say, expose ye my forward match, a chair quite befa, and then a judge for a year for more a court, magistrate court, any circuit court. Yeah, you say moral, if anything, status, no, and an integrity in terms of morality, no, a very high, and a moral status, no, a very high. Yeah, you say, ampa, nipano, say, or your nipa or do. Emra mujuma enye nipa oba pepesika wo hono oti ase and the answer say they are well paid and paid in time who can say na say na judicial no strike
say the workers no me judges they maintain tese as judges
no judges also they are human beings like us omo oma ewo yiro no ewo nkwala any other things okay they are just like us just that omo juma no say also almost living a secluded life in a way. Got time bia or no on social life to say he has to be studying, he has to be looking at things, he has to ensure that our fair mind ne other things no. Now yeah, we should not forget say almost so almost on to say they have a family like us. Yes. So one trend a year, you might you risk getting him corrupted by an obi. Oh, so I just want to think say as a nation no, yeah more than and putting measures in place to get our judges or our workers in the judicial system indeed well remunerated, well given a fairly saying almost condition of services, and of course giving a very wonderful welfare services. Say beya a bit mabwa amo akwenim. Because if we don't have that, yeah, I'm afraid say the system no ebe di amaye pa ebe dim papa amaye.
Right. Ebusafo Pampaso ena mugusu amohwe wa Adom TV so ene da branda de mene din komo Kamadin a we National Nasara Coordinator ma Amayoku NPP ene yetoshen komo anas sinu ne yi ye di kan yi ba ko amanfo da ho ewo ho a womo we ye ko ho ene bi mu din komo after ye premier first one ni we no yen ko hwe ne bi mu ka kire Adom Pampaso bedwa Beko akoyi na ye dia bremo na mame ko so na me kama ni ko na me mbisa de baako kama baby baako a o boy ye safo no fom ho adi ene e kama ye se judge for de na ba nenso wo mo na akoye tachira hyege mu a wo mo nunum intermediates na wo ho no wo mo wo ho between onipa wanya asem ene onipa oti akonye mu se judge wo call license officer you obi o ye se form goro boys enya honko a ye o me bebre a safo no ewo ho amokoso ye hwe digidi asamenzede e de ne ebe ye
in fact frankly speaking no em say to a very large extent e do baby a untimi blame young ones na omo ni juma na omo adane omo ho guru boys ne other things in other institutions no I don't think na yentimi blame omo tutu ebe na e de ato hono ma ebe ma omo kwan to get employed ene omayimu ye wo graduates unemployed graduate association and I say unemployed graduate disabled
association for no they are also there.
What I say, and sana ye what unemployed SS leavers the enemy to make. Unemployed, your friend is saying, other institutions, technical school leavers are intimate.
Is that why I say we employed but unemployed?
I say, you are from measures, we are putting measures in place to employ people. Now, Obiyan who say, loophole ke krabi wo hono amame ko take advantage no akọ. Go to boy system no enye. Let's be very honest with ourselves. If the system no eye juma, you don't need a guru boy to go and then a friend is saying renew your road ready for you at the DVLA. You don't need that. Yo. System no eye juma tin eye nsa. Me fi say,
come on. Yeah. Mame ko ahomane so na me ne opanyina didi mfi nkodi nkomo. Na yembisa no ne ene ye kohwe ye bi. Obeye didi mfi akwa baba Pampaso dwumedi so.
Hello.
Yo memo akwa baba na ho te sen eja.
Bibia bako.
Yede nyame ase ne obrɛ so a wode ama ye Pampaso. Ne ye dwene ho ne eye anase nhwemu oyɛ fa atemuafo ho abeto odwa yi.
I don't mean take us any year. You have to speak up, please.
Me pa show afede o te me nka ye.
Meti.
Me da wase. Me say ne yaka ye di ho nkomo eye anase nhwemu oyɛ ye yi. Ebi mo asɛm wo mo ka ne sɛ sini kura na ye yi no kamea sɛ ye tietia mranimfo no wo mfa ahodie so. Na wonim die wo mramu no mame bi sɛ eye no kura sa anase tietia wo mfa ahodie so ana.
Pacho, what's it say? Me tini you.
Me say anas ehwehwemu oyɛ ye no ene yama kwan ama yeyima dodo na akwa akohwe bi.
It's true. Even as I'm speaking to you now, I am in the middle of a semi-share premiere, no?
Oh, okay.
And I'm a PA semi-no the casa.
Okay.
In the cry.
Eti, no said the anas aye no a wote wa wo hwe bi no. Wotiatia ajaje fo no fa ahodie so ana.
And only I don't agree, sir. We committed crime. No, not at all. Not at all. My sister lawyers for be say, by virtue of the fact, sir, why approach you omo? Nah, why approach you omo no? We committed crime. So of corruption. No, I don't agree at all. Because you see, who say emranwa? Emrabia what the components in which a person will be found guilty if the person's action comes within those components. The offense of corruption, I think, is Act 1960 Criminal Code, Section, I think, 241. Usha, Samrana say, a person is guilty of corrupting a public officer, juror, or voter in respect of the duties of his office or in respect of his vote if the endeavor, may explain actual, but...
Hello, lawyer. Right, lawyer free ahoma so you better call near say in Sabekana. Hello, lawyer. Yes. But a man for some more can say. Nanka, or yen shemu wie na wodi bi koma aban a wodi bi koma atemwafo panyino. Nanka so otwen mo mu yen shemu wie since sabre ya investigation ekoso. Nanso wasan ba be na bonten.
And I don't agree with them because there's no way, say, airing the material will prejudice our judges for in any shape or form. No, not at all. Because after all, they consider ourselves professionals. And they can isolate all the prejudice or the bias out of their mind. I mean, I was about to respond, but you didn't allow me to finish, was whether Anas has committed a crime.
Yes.
Anas has not committed a crime whatsoever in terms of approaching those judges. You see, you have to consider the person's intention. Anas's intention was not in any shape or form to invite those judges. I mean, his intention was not to bribe those judges, but to rather expose the fact that they may be corrupt. you have to look at the person's intention. The meaning is a judge to try to influence his decision. Then I'm guilty of corruption. See, corruption is also the receiver and the giver. But if my intention, like Anas, is to expose those judges in Debbie, I can never be guilty of an offense.
But lawyer, but in trying to expose them, unji say nipa ono basano, obefa kwan bia so ayese obeji said the bear obetumi expose you.
Not at all. If you look at our law, Anas's behavior has not offended the law at all. Because his intention is purely to expose the judge as being corrupt, but not to influence the judge's duty as a public servant or officer. Somebody I made channel. The intention when he approached the judges was to try to prove that judge, my behavior, and you're right.
Okay.
As opposed to try to influence his behavior for a favorable decision. There are two different things.
Okay.
There are two separate things.
Okay. Lawyer. Mamenda was in Nekoshe Niakano. Na yebenya brene no atena se wo studio na ya to adwene wo nti maminja wo Nekokoshe Niakano. Na actually yebesa atena se ne edi nkomo.
Bedase.
Yo.
Bye bye.
We dey mranim ni ba ko wotim ohwe na ya frɛ ne edi nkomo na de di kan yi wie no de kama kohwe bi no. Amafo bi wa ni omudi nkomo mmentie nsɛm a omo ɛkae na afei yensa meto ase. Sanyi
saying there's nothing to be happy about. It's a sad day in the history of Ghana, and we should all be crying, and it calls for sober reflection. What do we do to rescue Ghana from this rot that we find ourselves in?
I never thought justice is that cheap in Ghana, and we go ahead bribing the police. I mean, the police commanders charge better than the judges. I am so disappointed. I mean, I think the one that took the best prize was the one that had sex. Ghana should bow our head down in shame. When I started watching the video, I was like, that is why they take bribes. Because if you see the kind of houses they live in, the kind of couches judges have, the kind of dirty environment judges find themselves, then I guess this is what's going to happen. When somebody becomes a politician overnight, being a politician in Ghana right now, it is like winning a jackpot. Overnight, the life changes, the person have a better house, a better car. We should be ashamed of ourselves.
The Bar Association and other governance institutions are very well placed to take appropriate action, both in favor of those who deserve commendation, as well as those who may deserve condemnation. And we should leave it to the experts to tell us what to do.
Menim se menka de yo menim ne menka me de amehwe no me de suma me ho na manfo de omo akohwe ye gi omo no mu nsem na utie de sof panyini kan ye utie de yenu asantweni kan ye utie de yenu akase papa soafo nso kan ye a eche se eyade anu odin de na mpempim bi sase se wo kopia ase ni bia kra prosecutor no ekobo ho kwa edu no ene lawyer no no di asem na ma ho ene mrenim ni a ode na adwene ebua no emu de mpo na sisi a no obesuro no sanse ya asem bi ede ma me gina no so na me nkwaje aboafo nkrato na me mra me ba yebesa ato aso ene de ene dem no.
Saying there's nothing to be happy about. It's a sad day in the history of Ghana, and we should all be crying, and it calls for sober reflection.
Yakwa baby, asem sebe eno ane de matimi aka. Minim se fiefie musabre amanfo di ho abobo ne osofo be kan ye, de osofo be kan ye, de nipa bi omo won so aka. Nyina no ya adwene a ebebro so. Nipa dodo no anso ehwe yen afimia ye bebre kwa me makom na afei. Na nesi brumani mu na mo hwe fitakrade. Lord, o oboase ene mo maka nyina. Nana okobin a wo bogoso. Nana o so wo hwe Pampaso nyumrei ye mo adwo one okobin mining company fo nyina ye chiamo. Kama,
good job.
I asem, yehwe de soft penny a can ye. Yehwe de yen swafo a can ye. O wakwa bi. A day now, Prince Sabre, able to me a year. A bema one more ye nebu for show kakra. Other name and so training in what deal with you know. I do debate me a from kakra. I know.
Well, the senior of penny Kasayeno or Kayeno or say is a sad day for Ghana.
Yes.
And a cremum, or hokakra. Say, nipa mo jiditu mu se omuna e wo se omokuta mo destiny ana mo yi ehye o mo nsem mo future ehye o mo nsem se ombetuma protected the laws a ya ankasa editu no na omo no na justice akwa cheap e wo mo nsem sanje na meka se hey bi mu kura sika mo de ma omo otumi se e bi 55 cities some 10 cities 20 Ghana na they mix it as a 100 Ghana kura so the man na ni age ba ko bi kura de ye di bayere beto honom one team so friend euros so friend in the bow so me hear bayere aba. I was shocked. Oh, it is no more way nyina no. I think say we need as a nation to go back into sober reflection. Na yen nyini ho yen hwe say debi what kind of nation are we building for our young ones coming up? Enra last week they could see a police for ya omoko attack demonstration ebo omo yi.
Omoko attack.
Ni nyina as a result of porosity of a system. What didn't they do? Brutish force. Say ebimu peaceful demonstration me pacho okojo on embarking on a peaceful procession. What you need to do, even if they veered off the road, no, and your court no okoji is injunction. Sanche leaders no koko say unipa na yeka say
na Adom no enko baby ayese mamomo nko no omo mi ansa ne de omo akoko.
Debi omo nko ho. What you have to do is that you have created a barricade. Nobody has come to say ye break it bibi. The law democracy using reasonable force. What you say? Now I was there. Na me did papa. I was in front. What you say? Now so you could do hono. Then you know say. Okay, there was a standoff. The standoff no buy. You know what I would have expected was that yen kasa entro mo de be anya hana me for monsan kofa be was mo fa no. Mo anya sa pre ko pain. Na sha say to tear gas. So I'm saying say at that point you know say your maimu let's say we nyina esia ebe hayen our forward march will be a problem.
Baba besa ba so me da say kama Dean. Ma me ko telephone ne so na ye ne tiefo eni nkomo mo a mo hwe ne fie mu ne me nyina mo betimi afren na mo de mo adwenkyere mo de aba. Atemuafo nsem a ye nua be ma Anas eye mu hwemu no eno na ene ye de abetuje mu a ye pre hu yi. Ene dodo no akohwe bi ehun nsem ne. Asedu ye mo akwa ba.
Yes, menya. Na mpom te say.
Na me adom ye ho ye.
Yo, we de ma menchia Chemazito wasahia wa ene DC awo Amasi Central platforms in say emre no so mun nyina beboa na ochia me em say asemu de obi ate a enye ne de. Na nze menu akama din na oka se bi ba bia me ne nya adwen kakra ne comparison bia no o ye say condition of service what they compare say America bribe nkoso. Isan say o market ya ye no sa asem no mo de ya mpempi no so bi fuma because ukon krase ni nwuma binum a akatua ni pagye no free na nanu abreso nyina o but omotinye mi omani aye adwuma ma hote ti so bi fuma
okay
mi o ta de no ye ne condemn
maybe that's it ma be fa alasan to alasa ma jo Ashavin
hello
fine even apom to say
nyame adom mi
nyame adom bi aye pa cho metio
ma mi chaja bintu obuasi na kwales mama sunyanis John Jackson Doma Central and Bibi Obi Amichiano. Minia, Neda Mira, Papa, I'm on my Ghana. Anything. Okay, no, my cost na sebi obi timi kokun obi 50 million in near Jaini Paris. A video in Aminia movie. Na we see at my Ghana Bemu. mean sometimes no judges no na last alimi ya na say ye born na baso papa nyankopon na nye de nhira no because enti no kran kwandam nya sa hwe no mapa e koso obi timi kokofo obi yiri judge obi timi kokofo obi mpra agenti ya o ka asema maninti na se bi omi nua me no
me da se mo bi nso nto aso bi akwa ba opanyi
me de so mini abema
apom te say me ho ye na wo so nyame adom sɛ be kwa apo nyina sɛ mo tia we de oni agatwe ni bibi abofo kakra me kan sɛ Ghana apo we nyina no sua de kɛse ma yɛ mpanfo sɛ wo yopo nsa no na wo hwɛ wo de ɛne ato agefo yɛ kokɔ adwuma bebere mu a ɛsene we kora na mo de ne ho afa so a ase yedo so mu bibi me kan sɛ yesuban a yɛ de titi enyuma mu wo de okɔ hospital sa hodo masa we want to our card kura ye ni ma forestry we dey forestry me da say ma me ni honorable prince to us prince majo
obenye ka se me do so no pom di say
na wa me se ankohwe bi
o say
wa me se ankohwe bi
o na wa ni ti say fe libo betum atade obenye de uniku tunu a odiri ma o
ebe
nyamo obenye ka se no bo adwuma ne pa ate nyame kira pa ya obenye na o te on tene so mame na me chia obenye Jack ewo obenye ka se enne de emze Ghana fo nyina se bi pedia sa ya hunu nipa bonefo a se bi pedia so mo o manimu na me ya na me etoro bi a me dinu ho se enti e wo bia my fo okoma se bi pedia so omo na omo kire se omo na omo ye empenfo a omo bo oman ne ban amo oman no keta se de ne proye ne kankan ekoso oman ne sam penfo ne ye omo so se omo hwe oman no so hwe ani anaf abranti a woyi no mo si wo a wonye BMI wonye police wonye institution bia mu
me da say prince ma me fa Suleiman na me ne to Suleiman sanazu a
look at it
ya de
Shalom
inshallah
ya kuri
na de kaifi
to na ge da Kamal ba
na ji
Kamal na muna jin dadin ka daga tudun nan fa
na gode
gaskiya kaga abin da ke hakun nan ba komai ba ne wala Qur'ani kenan
haka nan ne
Qur'anin da bangun ya yare shi cikin Qur'ani kai musulmi duka ai za zango kun san Qur'ani fa yayi gaisuwan Qur'ani na wayare shi da Qur'ani kaman ga abin da ya haku da tuwa yanda aka yi wallahi kun ciya kaga abin da akwai mafi da wannan zuwa yana baya na zuwa kowa ya gani Qur'ani sai waso ana kamar din kai ka Qur'ani ai kai musulmi ne ka san Qur'ani wallahi kowa musulmin kana duk ko musulmi duk ba sun san Qur'ani na gode kwarai
ya da si we tiawa o wasi ene da hono Qur'an mu asem ene o kano da ho twen
ose ajagefo any a lawyer for any enkofo komuko court amutimi fa Bible
any Quran ye di so
etmis very so na we ekoso
no okay SMP opanyini akwa ba
mejo so ochami apowe
nyame ado me ho ye na so
nyame kamo ochami uni abaye lebele ni
na no mam tisay
nyama mu ye lebele na so
bibi aboko
ochami ma mini kenchia honorable wisdom kujowo Pistia Univer, Jamu Dende, Ewo, a church at Shelby Pimo, second D for vet, and a Peter Pashaka, so Nusha, Michel Munna, Michel Moon Cry, say, on which me are cooperating. You see what this country, they are not for the condition of service, in said judges, and so called J, even Yam, and now called J. Brad. Issues those times that you vow to protect this country. The constitution of this country, no, and you will be beyond. You vow to do that. I am not me to source on you, maybe say condition of service, and yet. Also, person we you have been and as a lawyer you move to become a judge. When you entertain yourself from you spend only 7 years even become a lawyer. Now at the end of the day now also all chef kata say you understand so so.
Maybe I know mo pay ni sir.
If I tell say
maybe I know market yes sir.
And I say what yes sir, o tell baby na John, don't push yourself into it. One can say person you're a politician because you want to get rich into so called JJ.
Mami das. Mami fani into aso. Ni?
Yes.
Akwa ba.
Ba.
Na from to say.
Mpacho.
Kede da mi ase.
Mpacho, me bi ka say enti judges na di mo Ghana, me fi so mo nya kwa sorry.
omu nyina kwa sorry Ghana na omu tumi kita Bible na before mu use school omu the Bible na swear na di na ni nyina mu suro nyame
ni enye omu nyina wo ebinum why
ebinum but say omu nyina omu ye di silver na sorry Ghana ye di bia kwa sorry lo bia kwa sorry na so ben omu kita e man no no enye omu na ebre bebe ya ebre wo Ghana ha no efiri sa gofo no inti asa ka ebinum su ko ka kata yi hu na ka be fine pa na ka yan suwa fan suwa nyansa
ni oyu Adom medasi aha ne dia afrefo no brebesie yemfo bi anto aso bi ma menche menu be ma laso big laso na fe lord a wo boase mo nyina moni guso amohwe Pampaso kama
kojo
afrefo na ka bi o
mama men correct impression we man ka se enam se o mo condition of service enyanti obi konkoji bride me say a factor ebetumi ayeden push obi into that na yenka hu say omu nyina no they swore an oath say they are going to stand by the law and they are going to do the work and ko ba say mu ko ya bibia emra no enche say monya e wo say emra no mu edi papa that's the impression I wanted to correct. Now finally mesre obia especially ye mabuna ye ba ye pa up ye hu say Ghana dachi esem Ghana dachi ye koyiu enye you and you see Singapore example you see Malaysia example and nam say sacrifice a young ones omo ye ema oman ekweni na ewudisem any intro any enada any whatever negative ye no yen san kotnas na enyu ho say this is not proper. Now finally again leadership provide examples of my say the oman asha won sa mesrew ma kan hu say amabu no e won sem a obema mu direction papa ya ebitima ko enim men ko kase yakoto nkonfirm ma omo nyina atu akọ Burkina Faso men ko kase obesi Eastern Corridor Road abra wonye nti o shase ye sa no na amabu no fi say enada bi na wo de bra emwo omo nti na omo so akofa kwan bi a enye na akosi say obi mu adane judges and lawyers na yanhwe ya anasa be kwakọ expose mu a ebe ba ne say nti asema ide ho no advice am so me de wo ema me yonko me brothers and sisters who are among the youth ewo mai
ya da wase enwumre yi ye ma o eidin so in advance.
Well, me wish all Muslims Eid al-Adha in advance. Na Muslimi for nyina wa Ghana yen kan hu say asundwe na ehwe Eid al-Adha no sacrifice Abraham nko o yusu no ba Ismail na Yakobon man odwan say onfa enye sa sacrifice no
we na nya ho ba kire wo mo.
Of course we na the best sacrifices ni nantwie ni other things no me we show obia well na Muslim bia enkan hu say we want whatever is fair ma ye ma de akoto judges anko
ebi metu obia me da say aha na anwumre ye de Pampaso djumedie no ba na wie ye Kamadin national Nasara coordinator ma NPP amanyuku no omo enane eja omo pia na chia de ne besi ya wetumi abatena ase ne nedi nkomo yi yemi ai nani nso akasa de afa Anas Adremi yaw Anas nhwemu oyeye sini no yeyi ba akọ awie de omo yi ni second one kranche omo awie ne obi akọ ne fie akọ akoda de obi abehu no na afi fie ne abusuam ne ye kire ho adwene ma me fa na ase ema menua be ma same camera waya de papa Big Jones de emi ame name a de sasraku ono nso emi anani ama sound no bibia ekoso director 1 Sarah the Great Opari enwumre mo waya de menim se fish anso aba ono no kọ na mo kọ ye friend say osofo interview asofo rahui ndi do cha me ko jamu akoda kwa eja ne ashabi nso efri Limac Textiles ewo oboase Limac Textiles ewo oboase na ombo modin pagya de hye me a metumi ewrem ama bibia ko sasara kun so eka ho bi ma me fa nchia ma nanan mo ahemfo no manfo wonom wo dunkwa onofe ye na fa shekese a yedi ya to din bragra fashion no ifrase nyame ya dom wa fiada na memenda ye kekase ni pa menim say bia din ni mbeba ebepie mo na bibia be bonita ni ebusiafo ye mamu nyina mo mi didi o chame ko jamu akoda kwa ye chame boga German boga Kofi Adoma ene director Kofi Ampedu nana ya brefu nana ya na efia pokuya de vim yɛkyia mu nakaba the great mu nyinaa yɛkyia ma ɔgyema ho mommo adwuma na yɛnso yɛtɛ akyire yɛto aso yakra mu nyinaa na ma mofa mo makrawo